Hello guys, I am Karina Borgia-LaCroix, the title girl and owner of American Real Title. In last week's video, Antonio and I explained the role of homeowners insurance in your escrow account and the importance of managing that yourself and not letting the lender manage that for you because they won't. If you missed that video, go back on our thread, visit us on our YouTube channel, LinkedIn, Facebook, my personal page and my business page, also my website at www.americanrealtitle.com. Again, that's www.americanrealtitle.com, or visit Antonio at his website at www.insurewhs.com. That's www.insurewhs.com. So this week's topic will be to cover the popular questions regarding flood insurance, which I don't know a lot about, so I'm really glad that Antonio's here with us. And like last week, I have Antonio here, who's the expert and is going to be able to explain all of these things to us and get to the bottom of it. Thank you so much for being here again. All right, so for those of you who missed us last week, Antonio Lopez is the owner of Insurance Warehouse. His office is located in Lehigh Acres, and like our office, we cater and take pride in catering to the specific needs of the Hispanic community in our area. So we're gonna go right into it. Antonio, what is flood insurance?
Yeah, flood insurance, a real hot button. So usually what I tell my clients and the difference between flood and home, flood insurance is anytime you have rising water. So if there's a lake, a canal near your home, and that canal overflows and you get water in your home that way, that's always going to be flood insurance. The opposite of that, if you have a broken window, you have water come in and your home floods because water came in if rainwater came in, that's not flood.
So if your toilet overflows, it is not a claim for flood insurance.
It is not flood insurance, right? That's still on your home policy. That's just considered water damage. So rising water is really the key to keep in mind, and strictly how flood looks at it. Was it rising water? If so, it's flood insurance.
And a lot of the questions that I get asked is, how do I know if the property I'm looking at, or if my property is located in a flood zone? If you're purchasing a property, usually your realtor will know this. But if you can't find the information, or they can't find the information, you can go to the property appraiser's website and use our interactive maps. Am I right, or am I totally off?
No, yeah, the property appraiser is really good, and the info that they have available. You can also call an agent like us. We do what's called a flood determination. That gives us a lot more information, where we see at what point, the firm date. So at what point do you need an elevation certificate, or can we use grandfathering rates? It also tells us what zone you're in, when you were in that zone, and we can know all that information. We can provide it to your realtor. And so to try to take the guesswork out of the buying process and know whether you need flood now or not.
Okay, and then I get the other question I get asked a lot is private insurance. I hear about it, but I can't really answer it. I always assumed that it was just insurance that you would get if you weren't in a flood zone and you wanted flood insurance, but I'm gonna let you answer that.
Yeah, private floods, it's somewhat new, and it's basically you have companies now that are competing for your flood business, which in the past you had one place to get it, and it was the rate no matter where you went. Now these companies offer more coverage, sometimes at a lower rate, and it also gives you the option to buy more than $250,000 in coverage, where that was the previous cap. And well, it is the cap on a standard flood policy. And so you have all those options available to you now.
So you could go if you want a bigger, $400,000.
Yeah, now you can buy those $400,000 on that same policy, and you may even get it for the same price as what you were paying for $250,000. So it's that big of a game changer in flood insurance.
All right. Well, with all this information, how would someone go about changing or getting flood insurance? If they wanted it or they needed it, or they're buying a house that requires flood insurance and they found that out. I mean, in order to properly know how much it's going to cost them and going forward? What do they do?
Yeah, so we'd start by seeing if you need an elevation certificate, and we can help you get an elevation certificate. We can help you schedule that. Or if you don't need an elevation certificate, then we can just quote it right away and you would know that cost up front.
Okay.
But that's something that we can help you with right away.
All right, and I did want to mention, and this is very important because as a title agent and a closing agent, I am required to explain some of the lender documents to the buyers who are purchasing a home with a loan. And within your loan documents, there's always a form that states that although you may not be in a flood zone now, if FEMA were to change the maps and your property then fell inside that flood zone map, the lender will require you to get flood insurance, and you're actually signing a document at closing stating this. So if you fall into the map and they require you to get it, you have to get it. There's no if, buts, or maybes about it. And if you don't get it, they will place the insurance on you. I know we talked about that last week. You don't want that to happen. So that's something to keep an eye on if FEMA were to be changing maps, which they recently did in Cape Coral.
Yeah, a few years back, Cape Coral went through that.
Yeah, so I wanted to make sure that you guys understood that. So go pull out your insurance policy. Think about flood insurance. Think about whether you need it. If you are not in a flood zone, you can get it now, like he said, with a private insurance. And call Antonio, make sure that he takes care of all of your insurance needs. And can you repeat to our customers how they can reach you?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can reach us at 239-303-4884, or you can check us out online, insurewhs.com.
Okay, awesome. And as I always say, if you're in the real estate industry and you have a topic that you're interested in hearing more about, let me know, put a comment under this or email me and I will do a video, maybe have you on with me, like I had Antonio here now twice. And next week, we're going to be talking about something really important because it's the fabulous tax time. I will be talking about the scary IRS's 1099-S form. Usually a seller gets this at closing and people get a little nervous about it. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about it, hopefully dispel some of the fear that most people get when they get that. I hope that we help answer some of your questions regarding insurance and that Antonio has helped you as well. Remember that tomorrow I will be doing a question and answer session in real time on my Facebook personal page and my business page. And let me know how else I can help you. Again, I am Karina Borgia-LaCroix, the title girl and owner of American Real Title, where we perfect the art of closing the deal. Thank you so much. See you all next week.